Alright, so this is a video on an application for quadratic equations. We have a rectangle, so let's draw a rectangle. And its width is 71 inches longer than its height. So if we call its height x, then the width would be x plus 71. If the rectangle's diagonal would go like this, is 85 inches. Find the height. So this turns into a problem that's not really about a rectangle at all, it's about a triangle. And if you have two sides and a hypotenuse of a right triangle, you can use the Pythagorean theorem that says one side squared plus the other side squared is equal to 85 squared, the hypotenuse squared. So that's x squared plus 71 squared equals 85 squared. Alright, so from there we can solve it. So we have to FOIL out the x plus 71 squared, so you get x squared plus 142x plus 71 squared. Let's see what that is. That's 5,041. And that's equal to 85 squared, which is 7,225. Alright, we want to combine like terms, and we also want one side to be 0. So I'm going to subtract off this 7,225 from both sides and combine these. So we're going to get 2x squared plus 142x is equal to 5,041 minus the 7,225. Oops, I didn't mean to write equal to. That should be minus 2184. That equals 0. Alright, so we have a quadratic equation on our hands, and we want to try to solve that. Let's start off, since everybody is an even term, we can divide everybody by 2, or divide both sides by 2, and then we would get x squared plus 71x minus 1092. So that just makes it a little easier to work with. We can check to see if this is a nice factorable one, which it should be. So if we go into y equals on our graphing calculator and we type 1092 divided by x, and then go into our table, second graph, we want to find the pair that will add up to 71. And we know that one of those factors is going to be negative. So it should factor with an x here and x here. We're going to have one plus and one minus. That's the only way you can get a negative, is if you multiply one positive with one negative. So I'm looking at my list here, and I go down to 13, and I see 13 and 84. So I think if I do 84 minus 13, I get 71. So we're going to have a positive 84 and a negative 13. So if we set each one of those to 0 with the 0 factor property, I get x is negative 84. And then with x minus 13 equal to 0, I'm going to get x equals 13. Well, the thing is, a negative length doesn't make sense, so it must have been that x is 13. So it's asking to find the height, and this is the height because we used x to represent the height. So it should be 13 inches is your answer.